People wanted the ukulele back, so I guess I'll see if I can just rattle something off the top of my head, I guess. Hannibal took a beating, Hannibal took a beating, Will fell off a train, Will fell off a train, and Jack's happy. I am the definition of a true artist. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Hannibal. We have got a lot of plates spinning up in the air right now. Will is conflicted about his own nature. He's dealing with the idea of, do I have to kill Hannibal so I won't become like him? But if I do kill him, surely that makes him and me like the one. That sentence had a lot more sense in my head until I said it out loud. Basically, he wants to get rid of this curse that is hounding him, but he's scared that he will become that exact same thing if he does or if he doesn't. It's a whole thing. He's dealing with it not very well at the moment. Jack is putting on a seemingly a brave but fake face about how much he's let go and is willing to move on. And then, by the end of the last episode, it was very clear that nope, he's angry and he wants to take that anger out on Hannibal. And he doesn't just want to kill him. He wants to beat him down. He wants it to be slow and he wants to enjoy it. So we'll see how far that is going to escalate. Verger and Alana are still scheming out there, although Alana seemed to have a little moment of, I'm going to warn this guy who's going to collect the bounty, even though she seemed to be okay with the idea initially, but then she was like, you need to know something about the person you're doing this for, but then it was on the phone to Hannibal, and that was the whole thing. Hannibal is just an absolute wild card at this point. I don't know where his aims are, what his goals are, even if he has any actual goals, or if he's just torturing himself and everyone else around him. He doesn't know how to deal with the emotional influx that is going on right now that he's having to deal with, especially in regards to Will. I would argue that this potentially makes Hannibal more dangerous than he's ever been previously, whereas, previously he's been very in control of everything, and now it seems like he's going off his own rails effectively, and who knows where that's going to take him and us with him and everyone else who's involved, because, like I say, absolute wild card at the moment. And then we've got Jillian Anderson, whose character I keep forgetting the name of because I see her and I just go, that's Jillian Anderson. But she seems like in a also kind of duality. She's in a situation that she doesn't want to be in. She is afraid of it. But at the same time, she's also very in control, seemingly, of events. She even said, hey, I've got a way out of this. If needs be, I can get out of this. And we've sort of had some seeds planted. There was a bit where she was sat on the platform looking at a CCTV camera like, hi, it's me. So that's gaining some momentum as well. I don't know. There's a lot of mystery, lots of plates spinning. I'm interested to see what happens next. So without further ado, we'll start moving towards this next episode. But before we do, please remember to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the reaction and the review that happens afterwards. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. Also supports the channel. It's nice. It's a nice thing. Or alternatively, if you hate it, don't, I guess. And if you want more content, there's a Discord, there's a Twitch, there's links down below. Go hit those up if you're interested in more stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited to jump into this. So without further ado, let's do this. Let's get some more Hannibal action. I don't know what I'm going to go with this. I've just picked this up. So next episode, Hannibal. Now. Here he is. Taking the walk of shame after a rough night out. I love how some of these shots of him walking are just very matter of fact. Yep. It's a man who got the shit beaten out of him, stumbling along the streets.
Jack.
The fuck? Will here already? Jesus, Will, what did you do? Did you sprint here?
Have you told La Polizia they're looking for Hannibal Lecter? Knowing who he is, what he's worth, it'll just coax them out of bounds.
Apparently everyone in it's just like ready to be a Star Wars bounty hunter in this season.
Why didn't you kill him?
Tell me, Jack. Were you enjoying it?
Maybe I need you to.
Okay, not the answer I was expecting, but I kind of get it. We need the proper closure to this whole thing. That would be Will.
This is where I leave you. Or more accurately, where you leave me.
Right. See how this plays out.
I imagined it differently.
Did your imagination include eating her?
I would help you because you asked me to.
That's very polite of you. Like, that's... This relationship is bonkers. I want to help you. I'll do things for you because you asked me, but I really would love to eat you.
Pigtails, cut into sections to give the aesthetic of fingers cut at the joint.
Is this a rich person thing or a virgin thing? I want to eat pigtails today. That's what I want.
It's mostly skin and bone. Oh.
I guess he's trying to acquire a taste for eating human meat, which isn't his normal remit, to be fair, despite how creepy he is.
I find there's something reassuring about you eating, Dr. Lecter. It makes you the apex predator.
I like that. Apex predator.
Yeah, that would appeal to him a great deal.
And then roast until crispy.
These fucking two, they love their jobs and who they are a little bit too much. Interesting that he imagines himself being able to walk, but not his face being like rebuilt.
Was he dirty?
Except for this, I don't know.
What if they traced Patsy back to you?
Better buy another cop.
Better buy the whole department.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. What's going on between Alana and Margo? Feels like there's some sort of tension going on there. Oh, hi.
You must be looking for Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, what a face.
Who the hell are you? Family.
That would pique the interest.
I met the beast. And I saw him grow. Someone wants to kill him. More than one someone, I'd say.
Yeah, there's a list. There's a big old list.
I thought Will Graham was Hannibal's biggest mistake.
They've
I wonder if it isn't you.
just met, and they're having this conversation. You could see like the gears working in Jillian's head there about, maybe this is useful to me. She tripping out? She tripping hard? Yep, that's a yes. That's a big old yes.
This is fell, I presume.
Oh, this is... the timing of this. I love the little, like 70s guitar riff that's going on.
My name is Lydia Fell.
You expect us to believe that you somehow lost yourself? Lydia Fell is some construct?
It's you, is it?
Well, now I'm really confused.
Guys, maybe wait till she's sober for this.
Where is the polizia? Shouldn't they be questioning me?
She has a point, boys. She has a point.
They're being bought by the same people that bought Rinaldo Pazzi.
Maybe this is going to turn into John Wick. Everyone in the city's going to be like a hitman assassin
I wonder who will catch.
gunning for Hannibal.
It's only fair to talk about what Margo wants. Come sit on Santa's lap.
What the fuck is happening with this relationship? I thought Margo was like in charge now. How is this happening?
I wish I could give you a virgin baby, our own baby, yours and mine. We could raise it together.
The last time you said you wanted to have a baby, you removed my uterus.
My defense, you weaponized your uterus. You shouldn't have been waiting
Man, this episode's going hard. This episode's going hard on the sarkiness. Yeah, I'm very confused about what the Margo Mason relationship is at this point. Because it seemed like she got what she wanted last time with him getting royally fucked up. And she was like in control basically. But it seems like he's still running the show. I don't know. Maybe there's more to be revealed, possibly. is this real? Is this real before I get excited?
If I saw you every day, forever, well, I would remember this time.
I wanted to understand you before I laid eyes on you again.
How is Chiyoh?
When she pushed me off a train. You and I have begun to blur.
Isn't that how you found me?
I'm really resisting the urge to sing, like, when two become one.
Freeing yourself from me and me freeing myself from you. They're the same.
I'm curious whether either of us can survive separation.
Yeah, I don't think either of you have thought of that yet. God damn. What a scene. So fucking good. I love how just downplayed it was. Just, you could have made a spectacle out of it, but decided to keep it just on the down low. Kind of love it for it. Oof. Oof. Was he really going to just stab him right here and there in that square? I can't tell at the moment if Chiyoh is trying... Because, I mean, she could have killed Will right there, but she obviously chose not to. If she's trying to get them to make up, basically. Like, make up in a different way without the violence. Like, you don't have to eat one another. There's a different way to resolve this. Oh, hello, what the fuck? I guess this explains the earlier tension that I picked up on. It was sexual tension. What the fuck is this kaleidoscope bullshit? What is happening? What? What? This is incredible. Again, I guess when two become one.
There is something I need to get from Mason before he goes to prison. Any experience harvesting sperm?
Why would you want his sperm, Margo? I guess there's something about the will and the money and all of that stuff that's tied up with it, maybe. But I think you just let it die. Just let it die, honestly.
If you knew Dr. Fell to be Hannibal Lecter, why didn't you bring it to the attention of the Questura?
He had a price on his head. That kind of money, I can't blame him. Can you?
Since you're not in Florence on official FBI business, that will be all.
Yeah, step away, Jack. Step away. There's money involved. If there was ever a sign of a man who wants to get rid of someone who could stop him making a lot of money, that was it.
Chiyoh has always been very protective of me.
Clearly. Clearly.
Did she kill her tenant? Or did you?
She did.
Excellent.
It's finally. It's like, yes, I've had that planned out for so goddamn long. It finally happened. It's not looking good for you, Will, bud. Really not looking good for you right now.
What's for dinner?
It's like the...
Never asked.
What's it? Like the Rorschach thing.
Always a surprise.
A little bit. Is something about to happen here?
Wrong floor.
Jack, you better be ready, my man. You better be ready. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. This has got all the hallmarks of something horrible about to happen.
It's under the table, Jack.
Oh! Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Lurking under there like a little creature.
Is your husband still in the city?
My husband was hoping to meet a friend. They will be somewhere. No one is supposed to be.
Okay, is she's selling him out? Is that what's happening? She said she has an escape plan, and I'm guessing this is it.
Jack was the first to suggest getting inside your head.
Oh my god, are we fucking doing the brain eating thing from the movie now? Is that where we're going? No, no. Oh, this is... Okay, someone? Anyone want to jump in? This is where the episode's gonna end, isn't it? This is where the episode's gonna end. Oh my god, it's not over. What the fuck? What's happening? Verger? What's Verger up to? Oh no, he's just with the piggies. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? What? How has this happened? What have we missed? We missed something.
Welcome to Muskrat Farm.
Will looked like he was smiling. What the fuck just happened? Wait. What? What? We missed something. They're purposefully withholding information again. Okay, that episode was... I mean, it sounds weird to put it like this, but it was a lot of fun. Like, there was so much savage sassiness going on in this episode. I was like, oh, this is great. This is a great time. Just heaps of it. Just characters being sarcastic about the situation, about other characters, about what the other people want and how they're going about doing it. So much of it. I was just kind of here for it, honestly. It's just worth mentioning. It was a particularly funny episode. Like, purposefully. I know it's very dark humor, and I respond to dark humor, so clearly I'm messed up. But on top of that, there was lots of interesting sort of little developments about what was going on and why it's happening and all that stuff. So we have Verger and his like cook, like right-hand man, like planning for the meal of eating Hannibal. Like they were cutting up pig's tails and making them in such a way that Verger would be able to get a taste and accumulate himself to eating fingers, which is, again, it's funny but disgusting all at once. And Verger's just like, I don't know, even for me, even for my twisted self, I don't know. I don't know about this, but I still want to do it because fuck Hannibal, basically. But yeah, the two of them just delivering performances where they're just having a whale of a time just getting to play these creeps, these absolute creeps. They're just like buttering up the performance. Like they're clearly having a lot of fun just vibing off of each other in those scenes. But I did find it really interesting that in the scene where he was imagining Hannibal laid out on a spread, like glazed and everything, he imagined himself able to walk and being like his old self effectively, but his face was still like injured and like reconstructed in the way that it had been and everything. Like he doesn't imagine himself with his I would say normal face. He still has that. I don't know what they're precisely trying to say with that, but I did think it was an interesting touch that they decided to keep that look rather than have him be like his pre-injured self completely. It's just like an interesting little like visual clue about how Verger may see himself, given that it's his fantasy that we're seeing play out. Yeah, just an interesting little touch. And while we're on the Verger side of things, we also have Alana and Margo engaging in a relationship. How that's come about, I mean, we've got like a hint of their meeting when Alana first came to the mansion and they sort of made a little bit of a goo-goo eyes at one another, but clearly it's developed into this relationship where, you know, Margo, I mean, I may have got the wrong reading on this, maybe it's me and I'm stupid, but it felt like at the end of the last season, Margo kind of got what she wanted. She wanted, you know, Verger being like knocked down a few pegs, and she was willing to help Hannibal do that for her own self. But I'm guessing, I can't remember the details of it, but there was something in the will of her father and the estate that she can't inherit, like the money and the power and everything that comes with it, because it has to be like a male heir or something like that, if I remember correctly. So that's why she has to keep him around, I guess, and sort of tolerate him, even though she clearly still doesn't like him. And now she seemingly wants to harvest some of his semen for an heir, I guess, and because it has to be biologically his heir, I'm assuming. I don't know, I may be completely wrong about all this, but I don't know. It just feels like Margo does not like her brother, and yet she's still doing quite a lot to accommodate him. And I'm guessing it's just because she needs to keep him on side for whatever she's trying to do. And Alana is part of that, and Alana is like, she doesn't like Verger either, but she also wants revenge on Hannibal. And if she can use Verger to get that revenge on Hannibal, or whatever her end goal ends up being, she'll do that. And, you know, if her and Margo's sort of goals align, we may as well help each other and also have sex, apparently. Which, you know, fine, whatever. And then since we're here, we're talking about it, they just... Hannibal and Will, no sign of Jack, interestingly, but Hannibal and Will in a lorry with a bunch of pigs with Verger at the end. We clearly miss a chunk of time, probably because we're seeing it from Will's point of view in this moment where he's drugged up, his head is getting sawn into, and then the next thing when he becomes conscious again, he's in the back of a truck with Verger there and that whole situation. And he's kind of smiling, so he's just like, so I'm guessing that's why we're missing a chunk of time there, because we're seeing it from his point of view. And next episode, I'm guessing we'll see what transpires. It must be something to do with Chiyoh and Jack, and where Jack's gone, why he isn't there. Like, that's, I'm guessing, the hook to bring you back next week and see what happens. Hannibal and Will meeting face to face again, you know, 6 episodes into this season, having a proper, like, talk with one another. I love that scene, because I think the expectation is when the two of them meet, it's like the two titans, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be like, what's gonna happen? And I love the fact that the way they decided to do it was incredibly natural for a show that is very out there, especially an episode which is steeped in like trippy imagery and artsy shots. Like, the meeting of the two of them is played very naturally. It's just like two people who have a deep connection with one another, seeing each other after a long time, and it's just played very, you know, on the down low. It's just two people who are kind of just happy to see one another and have a conversation with one another after a long period of time. And I just kind of loved it. I kind of loved it that they played it and directed it that way. Nothing really too fancy about it. It was just a really nice scene to see two characters who you're very invested in just having that conversation, and that's all it needed to be. And yeah, I kind of loved it for that. Obviously later in the episode we got to have all the trippy stuff where we had like all the ink paintings of their conversation, and like it was like a Rorschach kind of test vibe going on there to play into the psychology stuff. And we got like all the drama and the tension, you know, we got all of that in the episode as well. But it was really nice that their first face-to-face meeting in what feels like a really long time was just a really naturally played scene. I kind of loved that. Chiyoh, interesting that she is obviously still protecting Hannibal, but it feels like in a kind of roundabout way she's protecting whatever the relationship between Hannibal and Will is. Like, she could have just gone for a kill shot on Will, just taken him out, you know, and she decides to leave him alive because presumably she knows that Hannibal would want Will to be alive. And she's been going on about, like, you believe the only way to solve this between the two of you is violence. Maybe it's not that. And, you know, you guys got to figure it out, basically. So I'm interested to see where her story's going to go and what her ultimate aims are. I don't know. I don't know if she's like, okay, Hannibal, if you want to eat him, go ahead and eat him. But that could be the missing chunk that happens, because we know Chow's in the building when that's going on, so I can only assume that she's going to be involved in that missing time there somehow. I did kind of love when Hannibal found out that she killed the prisoner in the castle, that he was just like, yeah, I was really hoping that's what would happen. that was just a nice little payoff, I guess, to all of that. Again, the dark humor was thick and fast in this episode. And then we've got Gillian Anderson's character, who seems to be enacting her escape plan, which involves her being high and trying to convince that she has like a mixed identity crisis going on, even though we know that isn't the case. But she's trying to sell it to the other characters that, like, Hannibal's like warped her mind in some way, that she firmly believes that she's this other person. And again, I'm guessing that what she's doing is going to fall into what's going on at the end of the episode. Like, we have this guy who's clearly been bought off, like they've been seeding that the entire police force has been bought off by Verger, and that everyone's going for that bounty, and seemingly she's going to be giving up Hannibal's location, and that could well be how they end up there, or it could be a mixture of things, who knows. But, you know, part of her escape plan to remove Hannibal from her life without her, you know, getting eaten. Because clearly, like, she's just being marinated this whole time. But I do wonder where she's going to fit in the rest of the season, if she's even going to, like, I assume she must be in more of it. I mean, I guess the next episode is going to have the verger of it all, like the verger part of the storyline maybe come to its head, because, you know, there's a lot of things to wrap up in this season. We've got a lot of characters to come to their closure, or whatever that's going to look like, and I'm kind of assuming that the verger storyline might get wrapped up in the next episode, so maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, just interesting. The whole Gillian Anderson stuff is really, really interesting. Like her trying to play a chess match in this with Hannibal, especially while he's on the back foot, while he's dealing with the emotions of everything, that in a way that he's probably not used to. And like I said at the top of the video, like it makes him more unpredictable and more dangerous, because you're just not quite sure what he's going to do at any given moment. All we really knew for sure is that he feels the need that he has to eat Will, and that is the only way he can forgive him properly, and because he loves him, and that's how he expresses his love. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing we knew he was aiming towards, but sort of everything in between is like, he could do anything, he's crazy. He's a crazy man. And then just seeing Gillian Anderson's character just kind of negotiate that maze, and knowing that, you know, she is on the menu effectively, and how she's going to try and get out of it. But yeah, I think there's still more to come with that, so we'll see, I guess. But yeah, we had a boatload of like trippy imagery in this episode, like the kaleidoscope sex scene, the oil, like ink liquid sort of motif, seemed to all play into the whole, like, Gillian Anderson shooting up on whatever that was she was shooting up on. But it also plays into the whole idea of things becoming blurred. Literally, Will and Hannibal are having conversations about how they've become blurred together, where there's elements of each other in the other now. Like, you've got Will, very obviously, like, he's embraced some of the darker nature that Hannibal was instilled in him, but vice versa. Hannibal is sort of been thinking more like Will and his better nature, and like the empathy thing, and wanting to let someone in, and, you know, it's all getting twisted, and, you know, all of that stuff, all of that good stuff. I don't know what it was about this episode. I just really enjoyed this episode's tone, I guess. Like there was just a sense of fun in this episode, be it dark humored fun, but definitely fun. And also there was also a weird warmth to it. And again, it's so strange to describe what's happening as warm, but there is something warm about the friendship between Will and Hannibal, despite how, like, toxic it is. The fact that like they have royally, like Hannibal has obviously royally fucked Will up in multiple ways, but they obviously find some sort of comfort in each other, and that is, you know, inherently a warm thing, even if it's slightly disturbing at the same time. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing how this show is able to emotionally manipulate you into, oh, I love them together. I love those two together. They're horrible for each other because they kill, murder, eat people, you know, but I kind of love seeing them together. It's strange. And like I say, I love the sassiness in this episode. I don't know what it was about it. It's just, I just had a good time with this episode, clearly. Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. The next one definitely seems like we're gonna be heading to some sort of a point. I'm guessing, like, next episode would be kind of like the middle of the season, so that is like the point where normally there's a twist in the road which will take us down a different path. So yeah, I look forward to that twist and to see where the trajectory of things will be going forward for the rest of the season. But yeah, I like this season. It's still very, very different from the previous two, but I think that's kind of why I like it. I like the fact that they're willing to make it different and its own thing. But yeah, I'm continuing to enjoy it. It's a good time. But this episode felt like it had a good snappy pace to it, which, you know, is unlike the rest of these episodes. And I think it was like a well-earned sort of snappy pace, like, because we've had this time to marinate in everything that's been going on. in this season so far. Let me know what you think and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for next week. I can't wait to do it. Thank you for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up button. It helps me know you liked it. It helps it get seen by more people. Also consider subscribing and helping support the channel that way, and then you won't miss any future videos, get notified, all that dandy stuff. There are links in the description for Discord, so you can come hang out in our chat and talk about stuff. And also Twitch is also down there. I play video games regularly in the week. I talk to people. It's a fun time. But other than that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one.